Alex had always wondered what it would be like to meet Lyra's family. Lyra, his girlfriend, was not like anyone else on Earth. She belonged to a mysterious alien race called the Zephyrians, beings with elegant, luminous skin and eyes that glowed faintly in dim light. For months, Alex had been cautious around Lyra's world, careful not to make mistakes that could offend her people. But today, he was finally going to meet her mother. The Zephyrian home was unlike anything Alex had seen. It floated above the ground, a sleek structure of silver and crystal, shimmering under the twin suns of Lyra's home planet, Zithera. The moment Alex stepped inside, he felt a strange hum in the air, almost like the house itself was alive. "Mom says hello," Lyra whispered, her voice trembling slightly. She wants to see you alone first." Alex froze. Something in her tone didn't feel right. He had expected warmth, maybe some playful curiosity, but not this. Before he could respond, Lyra's mother appeared, stepping from the shadows. She was taller than Alex had imagined, with skin that shimmered like liquid silver and eyes that seemed to pierce his very soul. "Finally alone," she whispered, her voice low and melodic, almost hypnotic. Alex's stomach twisted. There was an edge to her words, a danger hidden beneath elegance. Lyra smiled nervously and excused herself, leaving him alone with her mother. "Sit," the alien woman said, gesturing to a floating chair that hovered just above the floor. Alex obeyed, heart pounding. "You've come a long way, human. I've watched you." "You watched me?" Alex stammered. I'm just Lyra's boyfriend." Her lips curved into a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Oh, I know more than that. You shared her heart, her fears, her dreams. And now, I want to see yours." The room seemed to shrink, the hum of the house growing louder in Alex's ears. He noticed subtle movements, shimmering patterns on the walls, like they were watching him too. His instincts screamed danger, but he forced himself to stay calm. Why do you want to see my heart?" Alex asked, trying to keep his voice steady. "Because, human," she whispered, stepping closer, "not everyone who comes to us deserves what they seek. Some are dangerous." Alex's pulse raced. He didn't understand. Dangerous? He was just a guy in love with an alien girl. What could he possibly do to harm them? Her eyes locked onto his, and suddenly Alex felt a sharp pressure in his chest. It wasn't physical, he could still move, still breathe, but a strange sense of vulnerability washed over him. Images flashed in his mind, memories that weren't his, secrets he hadn't told anyone, fears he had buried. She was probing him, testing him. "You are curious, brave, loyal, but also reckless," she murmured, her voice caressing his thoughts. "That could be your downfall." Alex swallowed hard. I don't understand." Her smile widened, and she circled him slowly, like a predator examining prey. "I hope you learn quickly, human. Love is not a game in my world. To hold it, to keep it, you must prove yourself. And sometimes," she paused, her gaze flickering to the floor as she leaned closer. "Sometimes the proof comes with pain." Alex's mind raced. He remembered stories Lyra had told him about her mother, the strictness, the sharp intelligence, the ruthlessness when it came to protecting her family. But this was different. He was feeling it firsthand. Suddenly, the lights dimmed, and the room shifted. Walls stretched upward, the ceiling disappearing into darkness. He felt smaller, exposed, like the entire house had turned into a testing ground. Lyra's mother raised her hand, and a glowing orb appeared in the air between them. "This," she said softly, "will show me if your heart is true. If you are worthy of Lyra's trust." Alex hesitated. The orb pulsed, almost breathing, a liquid swirl of colors that reflected his deepest thoughts. As he reached toward it, he felt a surge of emotions, love, fear, hope, and regret, all mixing together like a storm. He remembered every moment with Lyra, their first meeting, the laughter, the shared secrets, the warmth of her touch. The orb seemed to react, expanding and shrinking, reflecting the intensity of his feelings. Lyra's mother watched silently, her expression unreadable. "Do you fear for yourself, human?" she asked. Yes, Alex admitted. But I would risk everything for her. The orb shivered, then split into two, spinning around him in a dance of light. He felt his energy intertwining with it, a test not just of heart but of soul. And then, a voice, soft and melodic, whispered in his mind. True love is not just feeling. It is sacrifice. Alex's eyes widened. He had to prove himself. Not just for Lyra, but for the fragile trust that had been placed in him. He reached deeper into his heart, confronting fears he didn't even know existed. He offered the raw truth of himself, his doubts, his courage, his hope, his love, all to the alien woman who had seemed so dangerous moments ago. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then, slowly, the orb collapsed into a single point of light and dissolved. Lyra's mother exhaled, the tension in the room melting like mist. You have potential, she said, her voice softer now. Perhaps you can be trusted. Alex sank back into the chair, shaking but relieved. The danger hadn't vanished entirely, he could still feel the sharp intelligence of her gaze, but the immediate threat had passed. Lyra returned, wrapping her arms around him. Mom, she said cautiously. She's impressed. Alex could only nod, still catching his breath. The experience had been terrifying, humbling, and, strangely enlightening. He realized love in this world was not about grand gestures alone. It was about courage, honesty, and the willingness to face even the most dangerous trials. As they left the room together, Alex glanced back at Lyra's mother. She was watching him with a subtle, approving smile. He didn't know what trials would come next, but he knew one thing. He would face them, for Lyra and for the strange, luminous world she had brought him into. Outside, the twin sons of Zithara bathed the floating house in golden light. Alex held Lyra's hand tightly, feeling a bond stronger than fear, stronger than danger. The universe was vast, and he had only just begun to explore it, but he would do so, heart open, ready for whatever came next. And somewhere deep in the shadows of the shimmering home, Lyra's mother whispered to herself, a hint of a smile playing on her lips. Finally, someone worth watching.